Sitting here in my rundown studio apartment, forced to make the toughest decision of my life. From a relationship that completely fell apart, a slumlord who's raised my rent 4 times because I refused to date him, and working 2 jobs, y'all, to still find out that I still couldn't afford the apartment by myself. And since I'm not interested in my sorry excuse for a landlord, I'm about to be evicted, homeless. I have a daughter, and her name is Faith. She's a year old, and my whole world revolves around her. But I have to decide between keeping her here with me, facing homelessness, or keeping her in a safe and stable environment, even if that means us separating. You see, my mom could definitely take her for me. But since she lives in such a small town and there's no jobs available, that means I would have to stay here in Kansas City so I could work. I know keeping her here with me wouldn't be the best decision, but if I send her away, the pain would be unbearable. I mean, I've spent every day with her since she was born. I have no idea what I'd do without her. 2 weeks later, I wake up feeling nothing but dread, because today's the day that me and my daughter get on a bus to Illinois, where I'm going to have to leave her. Not wanting to go through with this, I don't even want to get out of bed. Then suddenly, the image of my daughter being on the streets with me snaps me back to reality, so I drag myself out of bed. And as I try to get everything together, I feel heavy, and I'm moving slow. At the pace I'm going, there's no way we'll make the bus in time. So I scramble around, really scramble around to get everything together. I'm moving back and forth frantically to make sure I haven't forgotten anything. And as I look up, I notice my daughter sitting there staring at me with these wide eyes. And I'm thinking she's thinking I've gone completely crazy, maybe even nuts. But you know what? Maybe she was right in that time. But we managed to make the bus with only seconds to spare. The bus ride is only 4 short hours, but I wish it were 12 hours or 20 hours because I never want to say goodbye to my baby girl. I spend a week helping my daughter adjust to my mom's place. But the time goes by so fast as if it were seconds. And now the time has finally come to where I have to say goodbye to her. And with only minutes before I have to be on my way, I squeeze her tiny body into a warm embrace, never wanting to let her go. And with one last hug and kiss, I hand her to my mom with tears streaming down my face. And as I turn around to leave, I can hear my little girl crying out to me, "No, I want to stay with you. I don't want to go." And my heart breaks into 1,000 pieces because I know I have to leave her here. I make it back to my soon-to-be vacant apartment. I continue working every day, the same routine, but I feel gutted. I hear a creak in the apartment and I'm thinking it's Faith, but I remember she's not here anymore. And it is devastating. Very devastating. But I managed to see Faith the best way I can through video chat. Thank God for technology, because the calls we had, they were all that kept me going. Almost a whole year passes, and I miss Faith's birthday. But I finally found a stable enough situation and I can bring her home. Now the day has arrived, and I wake up with so much joy. I can't stop smiling. I'm so happy I could burst, because the moment I've been waiting for is finally here. The moment where I can be reunited with my little girl. This time, I arrived 30 minutes early for the bus, and after about 15 minutes, my bus is called. I'm almost so excited that I almost run to be the first one to board. The closer I get, the more I can't hide how happy I am. But why would I want to hide it? I'm the luckiest mom, and I have the best kid I could ever ask for. Then suddenly I get this uneasy feeling. I start thinking these terrible things like, what if she doesn't come to me? Because it's been so long. What if she doesn't even know who I am? Or what if she doesn't even want to leave with me? I mean, there's no way I can handle something like that. But in about a few minutes, I'll know for sure. I arrive in the parking lot of my mom's apartment complex. My heart is pounding, and I'm so nervous. But I call my mom to let her know I've made it. She tells me to come on up and that she's left the door open for me. As I make my way up the stairs, my hands can't help but shake. I'm breathing really fast, and I can feel this huge wave of heat surround me. I am more nervous than I've ever been in my entire life. But I take one last deep breath, and I turn the knob, opening the door. And there she is, sitting so peacefully in front of a TV that's playing her favorite cartoons. She hears the door, turns around to see who it is. Her face lights up as soon as she sees mine, and in that moment, I'm certain and I know that she knows exactly who I am. I immediately start to cry and I fall to my knees. I stretch my arms out to her as she runs to me. And I wrap her little body in my arms. And for the first time in a long time, I get to receive the sweet kisses that I could only dream about for so long. But she's finally mine again. And I know now that no matter how tough things get, and I'll never have to face that horrible decision again, because a mother and her child belong together. Thank you.